can't control your mind? Well, that's a funny question because a lot of people are trying to, but, well, no one has ever succeeded in controlling the mind. Because the mind, you don't need to control it. Not that you will ever be able to control it. See, the only thing that you can control is how you react to your thoughts. Those thoughts are probably not even yours, and the mind is just a machination, an engine of creation. A short way to look at your mind is, let's call it like this. I've made a previous video where I presented it as the cameraman and the camera, but let's also think another way. See, when you are at home, you've got an internet cable and you've got television cable, more or less, right? You've got such services at home, most likely, or at least you know about those. See, those allow you to watch television and, television, well, it may lie or may not lie. It just shows you certain things, it sends you certain information, it sends you all sorts of things, well, fear, whatever, depends on what you watch, information, you can learn things, there's still educational things that you can see on television. But, however, whatever you see on television, that you have to pay for. Whatever comes through your mind, you don't have to pay that, right? Well, the fuckers who think they rule the world most likely will want you to pay for your own thoughts as well, but, well, let people drown in their own misery, because they won't be doing anything else regardless. So the point is, when you look at your mind, it constantly creates thoughts. It constantly flows with those. And the more you think, the more you make use of your mind, it will try to clean itself, because everything in the physical body has a system of cleaning. Right? Your liver cleans itself, your heart cleans itself, blood cleans itself, lungs cleans itself, right? The whole body has all sorts of ways through which it cleans itself. Similarly, your emotional body also has ways through which it cleans itself. Similarly, your mental body also has ways through which it cleans itself. So, when thoughts keep popping up, there's nothing else but a sign that you've been thinking way too much at those. So you need to become, you need to step back and become a watcher, right? It's like watching television. Let those thoughts simply flow through. Say someone, pisses you off. You get home, you're still pissed off about that person, and you know how the mind works. If someone pisses you off, you want to kill them. So why not let the mind simply, flow its imagination and, well, if it comes up with ways on how to kill that person or torture or whatever, simply let it flow. Don't invest into those, because the more you invest into those, the mind will want to clean itself, so those thoughts will come up again and again, and the more you react to those, the stronger you make those, right? Because you're adding layers and layers, and the mind will constantly struggle to simply clean itself. When you just watch, it's like you're watching a movie, right? You've seen horror movies, right, with so-called psychopaths killing people, and it's just imagination. Some people will come in and say, well, don't let those in, right? But all of us have such thoughts, because that's how the mind works. Someone pisses you off, the first impulse is to, well, run away, and if they still keep pissing you off, well, kill them. That's how the mind works. It's not me, it's my introspection who told that, my experience in, well, researching the mind. And, well, if you don't believe me, actually don't believe me, just experience it on your own, and you will see more or less that's the case. Because the mind functions more or less the same way in everyone's case. The unconscious mind, I mean. So just let those ideas flow. Don't invest into those, because the more you invest, the more interested or disinterested you will be in those. You will see certain thoughts as enemies, and you will end up more or less seeing the mind as an enemy. And when the mind pisses you off and you see it as an enemy, you're not going to invest in seeing it in its depth and what it can be. You're just going to be interested in fragmenting it by creating smaller parts that will fight one another, and you'll constantly be tired, and most likely you'll become a failure, just like most of the people surrounding you. Most of those people, who tell you that you need to have control over everything, that's how you achieve success, but none of those is either successful or happy, right? Or at the same time, do they have any sort of control over their things, because they're basically a mess, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. All this being said, hopefully this video was introspective enough. You're appreciated. Take care. Ferenc John Board signing out.